Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's values workshop. Thank you so much for joining us on a Sunday morning to explore the topic of spirituality in practice. So, before we jump into the exercises, I just wanted to take you through a little bit about what we do and how we do it. So this is something that we conduct every month on one Sunday of the month for 2 hours. And there are various topics where we just explore in depth to see how we can make a change in our everyday lives. So this is a VIHASA workshop. VIHASA stands for Values in Healthcare, a spiritual approach. And this was designed by the Janki Foundation in the UK, which is a sister concern of the Brahma Kumaris. And it was through the inspiration of Dadi Janki, who was the administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris, that this entire program came into being. So basically, she used to go to the NHS hospital in London, and she saw that the nurses and the doctors there were very stressed. They were very exhausted, burnt out. And so she thought, what kind of care are the patients getting if the caregivers are under so much stress? So she wanted to do something to help them. And that is why values in healthcare, a spiritual approach, came into being. But a lot of us are not doctors, not nurses, and we're not from the healthcare profession. However, these exercises are so beautifully designed that they're applicable for everyone because all of us are human beings. We all work with values. And so it is applicable to each one of us. And these wonderful people that you see in front of you, they're the core team who formed these exercises, who created these workshops. So they met for a period of about 4 years regularly. They are doctors, they are counselors, they're psychologists, they're therapists. They came together and came up with this beautiful program for us. So VIHASA has a few principles, three of them. The first principle is heal thyself. So basically, according to VIHASA, we should take care of ourselves first so that we are capable of providing support to the people around us, whether in our personal lives or professionally. The second principle of Vihasa is learning through experience. So it's an experiential learning. We will share our experiences. So it's not going to be a teaching mode. So there are two facilitators today, myself and Reshmi. We're not going to be just talking, not teaching. That's not how it's going to be. We're going to, all of us, share our experiences, share our perspectives, our thoughts, and learn and grow with each other. And the third one is relevance to work. So, how do I take this back and apply it to my everyday life, whether it's my professional life or my personal life? So, it's not just about listening and forgetting, but actually putting it into practice from the insights that we received today. So basically, Vihasa has 8 modules designed so far, and we have gone through all of them 3 times already. This is the third time that we're doing all of them online. So actually, this workshop was created to be a face-to-face workshop wherein we would, meet the people face-to-face. We would spend an entire day, like it's an 8-hour module. So 9 to 5, we would be together, we would explore the topic, have these activities. But since COVID, we've moved this online. And because online, you can't spend so much time together, on screen, we broke down each module into 2-hour bits. So it goes on for 3 or 4 parts. But originally, it was designed to be face-to-face full-day program. And these are the different modules. Now, there are a couple of spiritual tools that we're going to use in Vihasa, and you're gonna see a lot of them here today. One of them is meditation, wherein we use the tool of meditation to discover and really figure out how we feel about the topic we're discussing. For example, today is spirituality in practice. So, how do we feel about it? That's something we're going to discover through meditation. through visualization, wherein we create positive images of the way we want things to be. Because once we visualize something, then we can start working towards it. The third one is reflection, which is like an appointment with yourself. And I think this is very underrated because we are so busy that we just don't have the time to sit with ourselves. We have enough time to give and take appointments with others, but not with ourselves. So this gives us an opportunity to sit with ourselves, figure out how we feel about things. Playfulness. So it's not very serious, it's not boring at all, but rather there's going to be group activities. You're going to break down into smaller groups, interact with each other, and there might be group projects, team projects. So it's fun, it's playful. The next one is listening. So listening is a very powerful tool because it can bring about healing for the other person. And that's what counselors do, right? They really listen to understand, not just hearing, but listening. And appreciation. Appreciation of others and appreciation of ourselves. Because there are times when now everyone's more aware of appreciating the team, motivating the people you work with. But we still forget to appreciate ourselves for our small victories, our achievements. So that's something we try and incorporate. And last but not the least is creativity. So we try and use the right side of our brain more, which is the more intuitive, creative problem solving side of our brain, so that we can approach the topic from a different perspective. So these are some of the tools that you will be exposed to in the values workshops in different activities. So now why facilitation? The word facilitate means to make easy. And as a facilitator, we are not going to tell you what to do, but rather we're going to guide the topic and we are all going to explore the topic together. Like they say, I hear something and I forget. So if you're just hearing a lecture, you might forget it after some time. If I see something, I remember. So when you see how something is done, you might remember how it was done. But when you do something, that's when you truly understand. So we're not going to spoon feed you, we're not going to give you answers, but we're all going to figure out and explore this together in a supportive environment where we might have different opinions, different points of view. You might think a different way about something, I might think a different way. But the trick is to accept that you come from a different background, you come from a different set of experiences in your life, and you might have something very valuable to share with me. And I want to learn and grow from that. So that's the attitude that we try and incorporate so that we can all learn and grow from each other together. VIHASA has their website, www.vihasa.in for India. So if there are any questions you have or you want to see upcoming events, you can absolutely log on to that and have a look. So before we get into the icebreaker session, I'll just introduce myself and then I'll invite Reshmi to introduce herself. Hi, everyone. My name is Kosha. I'm an artist illustrator by profession. And I've been a VIHASA facilitator since 2017 now. And it's been an absolute pleasure to do it. And I'm so happy to meet all of you today. And I hope that it's a fun 2 hours where we can explore this topic together. So I invite Reshmi to introduce herself and take us through the icebreaker session. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Kosha. Welcome once again in VIHASA. And we are glad to have you on Sunday. So as Kosha has already said, the tools and the principles of VIHASA. So we are going to spend time with each other. And as she has very nicely explained what is facilitation. So it is more like understanding you and interacting with you to learn from each other. So for that, we need to understand each other better. So I'm just sharing my screen. Just let me know if you can view my screen.
Not yet, Reshmi.
Yeah, I'll just do it. Just give me a second. Okay. So I believe that you all can see my screen. And
Yeah. Yes, it's
yeah,
visible.
so what activity makes you feel spiritual? We would like to know a one-liner from you, and then followed by your name. And if you want to share anything else with us, rest myself, Reshmi. I have been facilitating with the Kosha since 2020, and I'm learning every time when I am joining Vihasa from all of you. And that's all. And I'm with Brahma Kumaris for quite a long time. So who would like to go first?
So I would also request everyone to start their audio video
Yeah.
because it's a group activity. It's something that we're going to talk to each other, interact, learn, and share with each other. So we would love for you to come on board on audio and video. And like Reshmi said, we would love to know a little bit about you since we're going to be interacting with you for the next 2 hours. So it would be really nice if you could just, take this as a point to start with and introduce yourselves and maybe a one liner about what activity makes you feel spiritual. So whoever's ready can unmute themselves and share. BK Suchita, would you like to share?
Yeah. Accepting the people as they are makes me, I feel that that thought makes me spiritual. Myself Suchita, and I am working as a staff nurse in Government Medical College, Nagpur.
Thank you, Suchitra. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to share what activity? Priya, would you like to share?
May I share?
Yes, Priya.
Hi everyone. Good morning. I am from Nagpur. I'm a medical professional working in Government Medical College, Nagpur. What activity makes me feel spiritual is listening to music. So there are particular kinds of music which when I hear, I really feel spiritual at that time. The words and the music, they really make me feel very peaceful and spiritual. Thank you.
That's great, Priya. Thank you for introducing yourself. Who would like to go next?
Hello, everyone.
Subhash.
Yes. Good morning and Om Shanti, everyone. I am Shubhas from Odisha. Basically, I am a mechanical engineer and retired from railway services. And I am in connection with Brahma Kumaris since last more than 36 years. And particularly the feeling of spirituality comes to me when I get connected with the Supreme Consciousness. My consciousness and Supreme Consciousness, when both are combined, that gives me a true feeling of spirituality. Thank you.
Thank you, Suhas. Pratibha, Sister Pratibha, you have unmuted yourself.
Yeah. Hello, good morning, everyone. Myself, Brahmakumari Pratibha. And what activity makes me feel spiritual in any situation when I have positive mindset and I keep ability to understand others with patiently. I feel that mean I'm spiritual. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, Pratibha, sister. Yeah. Who would like to go next?
Hi.
Yeah,
myself Sneha, Brahma Kumari Sneha.
Hi, Sneha.
I've been associated with the organization since 1 year now. The activity which makes me feel spiritual is keeping patience. It really helps in tough times.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you for lovely introduction.
Okay, I'm Prashant.
Hi, Prashant.
Yes, actually, I heard about Brahma Kumari, one of my friend, and thereafter I continue to listen this last 5 years. And spirituality is just self-respect and self-realization. Self-respect and self-realization. This is the first and foremost thing to realize spiritual.
Thank you, Prashant.
Oh, okay, madam.
Vijay Pal has shared with us on chat that spirituality means connection of self to supreme to feel pure energy and vibrate the universe
Yes.
with pure energy of love, peace, happiness, and bliss. Thank you, Vijay. Anyone else who is left yet to introduce?
Basanti, DK Basanti.
Okay.
Hanji, Om Shanti. My name is BK Vasanti. I listen English but don't speak English.
You
Feel very
speak in
Okay.
Hindi, हाँ आपको जो language में comfortable है चलेगा.
जी मैंने ये वैसे फर्स्ट टाइम विहासा प्रोग्राम अटेंड किया है और बहुत अच्छा फील हो रहा है. अपने स्टूडेंट को भी ये कराएंगे. थैंक यू. आप सबने मुझे अटेंड किया. थैंक यू.
Thank you.
Thank you, Basanti. Thank you for your sweetness.
थैंक यू.
और आप बता सकते हैं कि ऐसी कौन सी एक्टिविटी है, ऐसी कौन सी चीज करने से आपको स्पिरिचुअल फील होता है? अगर आप हमारे साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं तो.
जी मैं लास्ट 11 years एट ब्रह्मा कुमारी डेडिकेशन लाइफ. तो
हाँ
मेरे
जी.
तो बहुत सारे मेडिटेशन अर्ली मॉर्निंग का जो है, जो हम जितना अटेंड करेंगे इतना पीस एंड प्यूरिटी हमारी डेवलप होती है, ये फील किया है.
अच्छा, वेरी
जी.
नाइस. थैंक यू
Thank
बसंती.
you.
Om Shanti.
Vaishali. Shanti.
Myself Vaishali. I'm also working in a government medical college and hospital Nagpur as a staff nurse. When I work with God remembrance, then I feel spiritual. And at that time I feel calm and my mind is cool, stable. I feel that time I am spiritual person.
That's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing, Vaishali. Reshmi, for conducting a beautiful, beautiful icebreaker, and it was really nice knowing everyone. So
True.
welcome to today's session, and Reshmi is gonna take us through the first exercise. But before she does that, a quick recap, because this is spirituality in practice part 2. So what we did in part 1 was we start, and all these exercises are such that slowly we go deeper into the topic. So the first part we explored what is spirituality and who is a spiritual person. So according to us, who is our role model, who is a spiritual person, and फिर उनकी qualities. What were the qualities that we feel they are spiritual? So a lot of beautiful role models came up, a lot of beautiful spiritual qualities came up. So that's how we started getting into the what is spirituality. Then what is health and healing? That was one of the topics we covered. कि health and healing का मतलब क्या है हमारे हिसाब से? What does health mean? What does healing mean? Is health only physical health? Is it only about not being ill? Or are there other aspects of health like mental, emotional, spiritual, environmental? तो वो explore किया. And then we had this beautiful visualization called experiencing wonder, where everyday life में जो हम normal activities करते हैं, उसमें when was that moment? Something very simple, and different people shared experiences like going for a trek, or just being around nature, or even doing everyday things and feeling one with nature, feeling one with the universe. तो वो जो moment of wonder था, so we experienced that through a visualization. So these are the 3 activities we did in part 1. And now in part 2, we will go a little deeper into spirituality and practice to figure out what things mean according to us and how we can apply it. So over to you, Reshmi, and we would love for you to take us through today's first exercise. Thank you.
Thank you, Kosha. So today, as Kosha said, that we will explore in little depth. We already have covered all this portion as she mentioned. So now, what is spirit and spirituality? I'm sure that we all are known with the word spirit, and sometimes it sounds little spooky. Sometimes it sounds little uncanny, bhoot, pret kind of. So today we will think, and not we will think, we will also express it with writing, or if you want to draw something, what spirit, this word means to you. When you learn this word spirit, what comes to your mind? Also, spirituality, this word we are quite aware of, and it does not seem to be spooky because we all are somehow in this journey. Somebody is associated with Brahma Kumaris, and even who are not, they are also aware of this terminology, spirituality. Still, we would like to know from you, and we want you to ponder into that in little depth, the simple definition of spirituality to you. What do you think? What is spirituality? And before that, we would like you to think about what does spirit, this word, means to you. And if you can write few words, and if you can draw something, some comes to your mind. We are not here judging your art or something, but that is also kind of learning to know your perspective about it. So when we put it into the words, definitely we express it, but when we put it into the drawing, that essence comes out, right? So if you have any question on these two questions, otherwise we will give you 5 to 7 minutes, right, Kosha?
Yeah,
To
we
think about
can,
it,
and you
to write
can,
about
so
it.
like you see, spirit is written in a circle, and there are all these lines coming out from it. So you can use it like a mind map. कि spirit के साथ कौन से connecting words है, which will help you make sense, and then it'll give you a better idea, better words and ideas to find your definition of the word spirituality. So you can draw that. So it'll be really nice if you can grab a pen and paper. And like Reshmi said, please feel free to draw, write, however you want, because the aim is to explore these two concepts. Explore the concept of spirit and explore the concept of spirituality. So yeah, we can take about 7 minutes.
Yes.
Reshmi, should I play some music, or do you
If you
have?
can, Kosha.
Okay, then I'll share my
Yeah.
screen and play the music. And
Or
everyone
just give me a
can.
moment. I can also share the music. Just
Okay,
give me a moment. I can.
sure. And in the meantime, everyone, y'all can just start exploring the concept of spirit and spirituality in your own ways. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask. Okay.
Just let me know, everyone, if you can hear the music.
Did you tick mark the shares computer sound
Yes,
wala thing?
I just did it.
Okay. Little low.
Little bit.
Softer.
Okay. I'm just increasing the volume.
No, decrease it.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Is it perfect now? Is it okay now?
According to me, it's still too loud.
Okay.
Keep it like 20-30%.
I put it 22. Okay, 21.
Too loud for me because I'm wearing earphones. I don't know about everyone else.
Okay.
It's okay. Thank you.
Please take your time. Feel free in between if you have any question. Otherwise, you can ponder into this two things. Thank you.
Is everyone ready? Does anyone need more time? So shall we come back to the main group and share our ideas about what is spirit and spirituality? Or does anyone need 1 or 2 more minutes? Okay, I think everyone's ready. Reshmi, maybe we can continue.
Sure, Kosha. Yes. So, who would like to share their ideas with us first? I would like to, repeat the question that what spirit means to you. And if you can just share a few liners with us about spirituality too.
Can I start?
Yes, Priya, go ahead.
So, as was like suggested, I made a mind map. So, can I share the words that come to my mind when I think or listen to the word spirit? So
Yes,
the first
please.
word that comes to my mind is light. There's floating, free, enthusiasm, carefree, tranquility, and peace. Then the spirit also for me means like a guardian angel who always helps and makes people understand and brings them out of their worry. Also being from the healthcare professional, I feel the one meaning for spirit is also disinfectant. So it's like kind of making things
Sorted
less
out.
of troublesome.
Very nice.
Spirituality, should I be sharing the meaning of the definition of spirituality also right now, or should I wait for others?
Yes, Priya. No,
Should
you
I?
can
share.
share.
Okay. Spirituality for me means like being in an awareness and also being an embodiment of your own principles and values. And not just that, but also having a similar vision for others who are around you, bringing it into your activity as well. So that is what spirituality for me means. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Who would like to go next after Priya? Yes, Suchitra, you have unmuted yourself.
I think spirit, that is something that energy which we can't see, but it runs our body. Without that energy, nothing can happen. And about spiritual, and also I thought that spirit is something that is enthusiasm, which helps our body, helps our life to run smoothly in our day-to-day life. And spirituality is application of the meaning of spirit in our day-to-day life, that what we do practically in our life, that is spirituality.
Thank you, Suchitra. Thank you for sharing. Sneha, you have unmuted your no. Who else would like to go next? Yeah, Sneha, you can share. You've unmuted yourself.
Yeah, so to me, spirit means energy and enthusiasm. And when we have that energy and calmness within, we feel like feeling connected to ourselves. We can also listen to the voice within. So after feeling like I'm a spirit, so feeling within, as in feeling connected to self, listening to inner voice.
Very beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, just that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sneha. Anyone else would like to share?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes, Pratibha sister.
Yes, so according to me, spirit means whenever I just listen word spirit, I feel that I'm a very shining, sparkling star. Means I have ability to spread my real values that is the happiness, power, patience, love, bliss, purity, knowledge, and peace. And what about the spirituality? So when we split this word spirituality means actually who am I? Constantly I keep this awareness means actually I'm spiritual. And I wrote few points. Spirituality means you are aware of consciousness of self in each situation. And also I have ability to understand others when they don't behave properly. Means I have ability to forgive others, not only forgive others, but also I make them empowered. Means I give them lots of good wishes so that they also empower themselves. And instead of watching others, I keep ability to working on myself. Means I'm on that journey and I spread rays of happiness and love. That means the spirituality. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. This is beautiful.
Chandrasekhar,
Else?
would
Yeah.
you like to share?
Yeah, ma'am. Spirituality to myself is spirit to myself is being ourself, means knowing our mind or inner self and being energetic, and it is something related to soul. And spirituality means knowing such righteous acts which benefits others, whether it is physical or mental. And spirituality it means knowing others' thoughts and changing them if they are based on negative. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandrasekhar. Thank you for the lovely sharing. Anyone else would like to go?
Om Shanti, ma'am. Oh, sorry. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Spirit means, I think it is a good, constructive, live energy, and this energy filled with all good values, virtues. And when I use these values and virtues, I feel it's spirituality.
Very nice. When we use those virtues, is known to be spirituality to you. Okay. Thank you for beautiful sharing. So, Kosha, I think that
I also have a few actually, because I also wrote
yes, please.
down, I also did the
Share.
activity.
Yeah.
So few words that come to mind is consciousness, soul, energy, fire within us, the drive to do something so spunky. And spirituality is to identify and live by our true original nature, things that bring joy and make us feel the goodness in our own being. That's my definition.
Beautiful.
I will add it to this in a bit.
Please add it to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, because we're going to be sharing this page with all of you on our WhatsApp group, right? So after every workshop that we do, whatever the sharings come from the group that we note down on the presentation, we share these pages with you on our WhatsApp group to refer to it later. So I will also share on chat the link to our WhatsApp group so that, you know, whoever wants access to these sharings can always refer
And some
to
beautiful definition also came from spirit and spirituality, as you all can see on the screen. And it's great that Kosha will also share with us in the WhatsApp group. So it will be permanently with us. So whenever we want, we can just, check it. So as you can see that somebody said they feel light, floating, tranquility comes when they use the words spirit. Somebody says it's purity, knowledge, energy that runs in our body. I like the word that's, I think Kosha said, fire within us. Somebody says that shining star, ability to spread values, and the spirituality that when we were living with these values and virtues, and when we use those values and virtues in our day-to-day activities, so And that energy and calmness, somebody had said that when we are connected to the self and using this energy of calmness and doing our activity, that is spirituality to them. Beautiful sharing. Thank you all for sharing so freely, and it's a great learning for me. Of course, I think we all have been benefited a lot. So, Kosha, I think you will share the slides with everyone. So, can
Yes.
we move to the next session?
Yes, yes. So do you wanna wait? I'll just save it. You can share your screen if you
I
want
will
and
share
move
my
on to
screen.
the next.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
I believe you all can see my screen.
Yes.
Great. So next session is about spiritual care. We have explored together what is spirit and spirituality, and we also have understood that it is when that spirit's virtues and values are in action. Now we would explore more what is spiritual care. See, we all care of something, right? We take care of something about us, about things, about people, but how it is different from spiritual care. So that is the beauty, or that is the main essence we are just trying to understand from this session. So this would be a kind of group activity. First, we would like you to think about what does spiritual care meant to you, and if you have ever witnessed it, if you have ever felt it, when have you witnessed it? When have you felt that you received that spiritual care, or you have shared that spiritual care to with others? So in group activities, we would divide you in the breakout room with your partners, and you can discuss about it. What does spiritual care mean to you, and when have you witnessed it? And one member from the group can represent the data for both of you, or how many people will be in the group. So I believe if it is clear to you, if you have no question, we can just move forward to put you in the breakout room. Kosha, if
So
you have
maybe
some.
Reshmi, if
Okay.
they can spend 1 minute just
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yes.
So you will be in pairs. So you will have one other person with you in the breakout room. So the two of you can share what does spiritual care mean to you and when you have witnessed it. It can be in any situation, like Reshmi said, it can be anything. But taking care of someone or anything at all, whatever you feel spiritual care means, and when have you witnessed or practiced it, surely you can discuss any of those. So take a minute or so, write down this question if you want in your papers, because you will be discussing this with your partners. Just discuss it with your partners, and once you come back, maybe one of you can share your discussions. So you will have about 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes is enough for two people. So you'll have 10 minutes in the breakout room to discuss, so 5 minutes each. So Reshmi, you can go next. We can just explain the breakout room.
Sure. Okay. So,
Okay, so now
yeah,
to
you will be
join the.
automatically, yeah. Should I explain, Kosha?
Yeah.
As Kosha already said that you will be paired with someone else, and we will put you into the breakout room 1, 2, 3. This is how it would be. And a pop-up will come. Sorry, I think, yes, a pop-up will come if you have anything. So if you click on ask for help, the meeting host will be notified and they will join your breakout room. Either me or Kosha will come and help you if you have anything to ask you. And you can see the breakout room name on the top. And also when the 10 minutes is about to be complete, you will be notified of 60-second countdown, and you will be automatically redirected to the session.
Main session.
Be automatically coming out from the breakout room. So
That's it.
yeah. That's
Any
all.
questions? Any questions? Okay, then I'm opening the rooms. All the best. Have fun. Have a wonderful discussion, and we'll see you on the other side of 10 minutes.
Resuming the recording.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Are you going to share, Kosha, your screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing. Can't you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
sharing.
welcome back, everyone. I hope you have a great discussion with your partner. And
One or two people are still coming.
oh yeah, is it? All right.
Not everyone's joined. This is their 60-second warning going on, and some of them are still there. So we're still expecting a few to join back. But I hope those of you who are back, y'all had a good discussion and that was enough time for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now everyone's back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you all had a good discussion and you all enjoyed the time that you all had in the breakout rooms. Maybe one by one person per room can just share that what the discussion was about. So room 1 had BK Basanti and BK Pratibha. So do one of y'all want to share your discussion with us?
Kosha, I can't see your screen actually.
You can't see my screen. Let me share it then.
All right.
Now is it visible?
Yes, Kosha. It's good now.
Okay. Thank you. So Pratibha, VK Pratibha, would you be telling us about your discussion?
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for wonderful opportunity. We had good conversation and we come up with some points. What does spiritual care means? First thing, care of thoughts and care of feelings and my emotions. And my partner shares that when we take care of the spiritual care, means during that time our willpower generates, and we are able to discipline. We are able to maintain our principles and disciplines, and also we are using our divine virtues, means spirit qualities, in each task, each action. And when have you witnessed means spiritual care? Like I shared, morning only I was having breakfast, and actually from long time we are practicing that while having food, to keep awareness of the self, that I'm shining star and I'm having this food. So I was getting different thoughts about the seva and etc. So that time I just taking care of my thoughts, that this time is not right to think about the seva. And my partner shares, when she was in the 7th class, that time she got connected with the Brahma Kumari, and that time she got to know what is the meaning of Om Shanti, and she got so much benefited from the Brahma Kumari, and she was the leader in her class, 7th class. So she thought that if I say Om Shanti, then everybody will follow, and in that consciousness awareness she said Om Shanti, and her class, around student 350, they also started to say Om Shanti. So she said, this is the power of spirituality. When we take care of self, so we make others so take care of their self, to maintain the peace and love. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for opportunity.
That's such a beautiful point, that when we take care of ourselves, we empower others to take care of themselves. And I think that's what is the need of the hour today. So beautiful sharings. Thank you so much. Okay, who's next? Room 2 is BK Suchita and Vaishali.
Om Shanti. Spiritual care, that is something having good wishes and pure feelings for any person without any expectation from them. And spiritual care is something, if someone have our arrogance towards you, without their arrogance, you should behave smoothly with them. That's spiritual care. We are taking his care in the same way. If we are behaving in the same way, then we are not taking spiritual care. While we application, that is a witness. Witness, when have we witnessed it? During patient's care, if we listen towards their if we take during taking care of patients, if we listen carefully and have a compassionate vision with them, then we can take that is one type of spiritual care. And we see in a hospital, government hospitals, there are a lot of poor patients are there, so they don't have that much money to buy meal. So many trustees also try to take care of them. They provide meal, fruits, and whatever they can, they donate in our hospitals. That may be one type of spiritual care for their patients. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
So,
Thank you, Suchitra.
yeah,
Thank you for
taking
sharing.
care of
Yeah.
patients also for healthcare professionals. How do you include spiritual care when you're taking care of patients? Health wise, physically, so you do care, so that is the job. But to go beyond that and take care of the spirituality of the patient is a beautiful thought. So thank you so much for sharing that. Room 3 was Chandrasekhar and Priya.
Okay. Shall I share?
Yes, please do.
Chandrasekhar Bhai actually shared one of his experience at his workplace, where he said that for him, spiritual care means to behave in a way where he doesn't disturb the thoughts of the other people. So keeping at peace is what spiritual care means to him. So he takes the care of other people by behavior in a way where it doesn't disturb them, and then even if he wants to correct somebody, he says it in a way so that he can the other people then listen instead of getting angry by speaking wrong words. As far as my experience goes, I witnessed people giving me spiritual care, and that was given to me by my friends. There was a time in my life when I wasn't in a very enthusiastic mode, or maybe there was downfall. They were the ones who actually provided me with spiritual care. So they gave unconditional acceptance. They always used to listen to whatever I had to say, sometimes good, sometimes ranting. So they would just give time for me to heal, take out everything, but at the same time be non-judgmental towards it. So they were very kind, always uplifting, motivating. So that was what was spiritual care for me. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a beautiful, way that even just our friends, even people around us, just the fact that they're there for us in any way, the smallest way, like just being non-judgmental and listening to us can be so healing. So it's a beautiful example. Thank you so much, Priya, for sharing that. Room 4 was Vijay Palbai and Sneha. I don't see Sneha around, I think tech issues. So Vijay Palbai, Acha, Sneha's there. I just saw you. Okay, you've unmuted yourself. You can share.
Yeah, so in our group, Vijaypal Bhai ji mentioned spiritual care as a way of giving best wishes, good feelings to others, सबके लिए कल्याणकारी भावना रखना, सबको उमंग उत्साह देना, उल्लास देना, हिम्मत देना, सहयोग देना, स्नेह देना, अपनापन देना. And to him, if we help others, God helps us in some way or the other. He shared an example of this. Recently, he was in a site, he's into construction business, and nobody was wearing helmet, but he was wearing a helmet. they were crossing up something, and that wall was very low. So had he not wore a helmet, then he would have crashed that wall and would have landed up in a very major accident. So he gives thanks to the God, and that he has been helpful to the people. So in a way, God helped him. So this was his experience very recently. And according to me, spiritual care is being a patient listener to others, as well as going to yeah sorry um, uh, care can be a patient listener to others. An example when I witnessed is the same as in a care given to me by a friend when I was feeling very low, very in a very bad mood. So they were ready to listen to me, give me unconditional support and motivation. So that really helped me and boosted me and brought me back to life.
That's good. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sneha. So we also have Shweta and Runjan who were discussing. So Shweta, I know you had very little time because you all joined late. Do you have anything to share?
Yes. First of all, good morning. And I have felt like with the spirituality, with the day and time, I feel like every person is expecting something from you. So having a area where you have an expectations like unconditional love and unconditional acceptance is very rare right now. So I believe like this is something that I've heard and I've felt from spiritual care. Like there had been clashes of sanskars in relationships in the past because sometimes you or the other person cannot fulfill every loophole of your life. But with meditation, instead of seeing that person as a body, you see that person as a soul. And there you somehow understand that after having such a long journey, that person, that atma needs some rest so that we can give them a break and not expect and unconditionally accept that it's okay if they are not unable to fulfill our needs and our, that. So sorry, I'm,
Expectation.
yes.
That's
That's
beautiful.
beautiful.
That's beautiful, Shweta. That's
Thank
so
you.
true.
Yeah.
That is
And
what that spirituality teaches us, right? How
that's a
to give
beautiful
selfless
example of
care.
how to give spiritual care, because we've had examples of receiving, and you've told us so beautifully how we can give spiritual care by just understanding that the person does not have the capacity to fulfill our expectations right now, and that's okay, and that's so important. It's such a simple concept which we all forget. So it's a wonderful reminder. Thank you so much for sharing that. Shruti, I know you joined a little later and you couldn't participate in the breakout room, but do you have anything to add to this?
Yes, I wanted to add some points. For
Sure.
me, spirituality is knowing oneself. It's not
Mhm.
that not external materialistic things. It's knowing within and controlling our thoughts. And now I can distinguish like which is positive thought, which is negative, which is waste thought, and the power of affirmations and all. Very recently, there was a situation. It was a very difficult situation, and I said like at my home only I follow spiritualism. My mom, she doesn't follow. I said to my mom like you tell these 4 points regularly from heart. मैं मास्टर सर्वशक्तिवान आत्मा हूँ, मेरे साथ मैं सफलता मेरा जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है, like that, and 2 more points I made my mom to say it regularly, and finally truth won. And yeah, spirituality helped us to uh, overcome that situation.
That's so beautiful. And actually, that's what people say na, right now. The power of affirmations is very underrated, but it is so powerful, and it changes the way we perceive things. It changes our situations because it changes our perceptions, and it totally gives us inner strength. So that's a beautiful example you shared of how you have practically overcome things by using affirmations. So thank you for sharing that. Some amazing points coming through, I think, in today's discussions. And this will be lovely for you all to go through later when we share them with you. So thank you so much for sharing. I mean, we explored what is spiritual care, a lot of overlapping points, but so many different points about caring about other people's thoughts, feelings, emotions, and ourselves, our own thoughts, feelings, emotions, having good wishes, pure feelings, and blessings for others, to behave in a way that doesn't disturb others' thoughts. So keeping peace. So important that just to be mindful of how others might feel. Just realizing that everyone can't fulfill our expectations because everyone's going through something. So even that spiritual care, just understanding and accepting the other person. And we have experienced spiritual care ourselves when someone's taken care of us by simply being there for us, listening to us, letting us heal, letting us rant, and just being there. So beautiful, beautiful points have come forth. And now to internalize all this that we've been talking about, spirit, spirituality, what is spiritual care, Reshmi will take us through this beautiful meditation exercise where we can experience and internalize these sharings. So over to you,
Yes.
Reshmi.
Yes, Pusha, just to mention one thing that those who have joined later, we would share with you all a WhatsApp group link. So just click on this link and you will be part of the group. And there we would share, as Pusha said, all the sharing so far uh, based on the sessions we have.
Yeah, I'm putting the link on in chat now. We do not spam the group because only admins can share in that group, and it'll only be the sharings of today's session. This is also going to go on YouTube, today's session. So you'll get a link to the YouTube channel and future reminders for future workshops that we conduct. And the next one's going to be in Jan now, since we do once a month. So yeah, the link to the WhatsApp group is on chat. And now we can put away our things and ready ourselves for a beautiful meditative experience conducted by Reshmi.
Thank you, Pusha. So wherever you all are, just sit comfortably and relax. Before I start, I believe with the music, you all can listen to me carefully. Take a few deep breaths and turn your attention inwards. Just withdraw your mind for some time from all the surrounding noise. If some activity is going on around you, just withdraw your mind for some time and go inward. You're going to create a sanctuary, your own special place where you can feel completely safe. In your imagination, choose a scene in nature that you particularly like. The nature that you truly like. It can be sea, can be mountain, can be a lake, wood, anything. It can be a place you know, or you can create it as you would like to. where you feel safe, secure, your mind is relaxed, you feel peaceful, and it's very beautiful. It's your ideal place, a special place. Just try to visualize how does it look like. Stay there for some time and enjoy the moments. A place which you have created with your own thoughts, your own speciality. Are there trees, flowers? Do you notice any animal? Are there any smells and sounds? Just feel it. Just feel it. Now, create a building, a place where you can stay in complete safety. No one else can ever enter there. And just try to visualize what does the building look like. Create with your own imagination. Use whatever material you like. Be as lavish and creative as you like. Or it can be just made of wood or stone. Just try to visualize what shape is the roof. What is the color you have chosen? Where are the doors and windows? Try to see it and set it in a garden. See yourself walking up to this building, set in your perfect scene and enter into it. What is it like inside? Remember, this is your sanctuary, where everything is to your liking. Choose the furnishings for your comforts. Choose the lighting, colors, make it really special. Make it a place where you feel really at home, where you feel peaceful and positive, very, very happy, stable, and relaxed. Your inner world is full of peace and tranquility. Your sanctuary has a special atmosphere that seems to wash over you and make you feel good from the inside. Important is you should feel very good, very light, relaxed from inside. Absorb that atmosphere for a few minutes. Try to be there in that moment. Feel it. Absorb that beautiful energy inside. Now it is time to leave. Have a last look around your place and take it in the feeling of familiarity and happiness. And then gradually step out through the door to admire the view and the perfect setting of your house. Breathe. Breathe that in and feel a sense of contentment. There is nothing left that you need to achieve. You have everything. You don't need anything from anybody. You are fulfilled. Now you are leaving, but only temporarily, as it is a place you can revisit at any time, whenever you want. And now, in your own time, slowly come back to the room where you are sitting. Deepen your breathing. Become aware of your chair, your feet, and floor. Gradually open your eyes, rub your palms, and you can put it on your eyes and just have a stretch. I believe, I hope you all were with me, and even few of you, I assume, even if at all you could not create your own sanctuary, just try to create with your own imagination, because you are very, very creative. Just create that room, create that beautiful surroundings, wherever you want to create that. And just feel the smell, feel the atmosphere, feel the surroundings, and have and keep that feelings with you. That will definitely help you to remain calm in your day-to-day activities in between. And you can experience that it is a great way to take a break, where your mind is also taking a break. Sometimes we take break and we don't do any activity, but our mind is still running. But this way, maybe it will be helpful when we create our inner sanctuary to take a real break, when we are actually withdraw from anything and feel our own peace. Thank you. Over to you, Kosha.
And it's very relaxing, very peaceful. Does anyone want to share how they felt the meditation was? Could you all envision your inner sanctuary? Does anyone else want to share their experience, or even in chat, you can just write. Yes, Priya.
I would want to thank Sister Rashmi, because your voice is very soothing and it was a very wonderful experience. And the way you conducted it was also very wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So it made us, like for me, it made me go into a place wherein which I created, and then the sense of security, safety, and happiness that I found in the place that I created. It was really wonderful. Thank you so much for that.
That's wonderful. So even Pratibha says, thank you so much for a beautiful experience. So does Shruti. So lovely. I think it was a wonderful meditation, and we could really internalize, creating a space for ourselves where we can give spiritual care to ourselves. So with that, we move on to the next activity for today, a very interesting one. Something which is a little more soul searching, where we try to figure out what it is that we need in different aspects of spiritual care. It's called assessing spiritual needs, where we assess ourselves, we assess what it is that we need in different departments. So this is again going to be a breakout room activity. First few minutes, we will sit with ourselves and we will think of all this, whatever prompts that we have, and then we can discuss them with our partner again. So this is a question about our values, our beliefs, and like we said earlier, everyone can come from different faiths, different beliefs, different, value systems, and that's okay. Our job, like we've been discussing, is to accept the other person as they are, even though they might be different from us, and respect them nonetheless. So here are a few questions. You can use your book and pen, paper and pen to just write down some pointers. So we'll go step by step, okay? You can start writing them down if you want. So in a general question, what spiritual or religious practices are useful to you? And what would help you to express these? Now you have to keep in mind spirituality and religion are two very different things. Okay, and that's a whole conversation in itself. Religion is based on maybe a spiritual leader or someone who's established a set of rules, ceremonies, things to do. And you follow those rituals, you follow that faith, that's religious. Spiritual is more like what feels okay to us, what feels like home to us. It doesn't belong to any religion in particular, but it is something that we create for ourselves. So you need to figure out, it's okay if you practice a religion, it's okay if you practice only spirituality, it's okay if you practice both. So just sit with yourself for 2 minutes and think, what spiritual or religious practices are useful to me? What are the practices that are useful to me, and what would help me to express these? So you can write down, you can think, because this is something you're going to discuss with your partners in the breakout room. Just think about it. And how are they useful to you? How are those practices useful to you? Just an example of maybe a religious practice would be going to the temple. Just giving a random example. There are so many things though, but I don't want to tell you anything. I want you to think about what makes sense to you.
Kosha, can we speak right now or later
No,
on?
later on. So what we'll do is right now we'll just reflect on these for ourselves. And then we'll go into breakout rooms and discuss it with somebody to get another viewpoint for the same. And then we'll come back and discuss it together. So that, the more we discuss, the more we share our experiences, we broaden our horizon of what is possible, what do people do. We learn so much from each other. So we'll discuss at the end once we've kind of gotten a lot more input.
Kosha,
so
can I ask you to please clarify the question a little? Can you please explain what really are we supposed to think about when
Sure.
we think about practice and how, just a little clarification, please.
Sure. So what spiritual or religious practices are useful to you can be anything really. It depends on how you take it. Because some people are spiritual, some people are religious, some people are both. So just an example of religious practices that are useful to me and how I would express these. So the example I gave was, if I'm a religious person, going to the temple of my religion that practices my religion would be a practice that I would do, maybe going every day or going once a week. And how is that useful to me is it gives me peace, or it makes me feel good, or it refreshes me or re-energizes me, or I take part in a satsang, or I go for kirtan. I mean, it really depends on the person's personal perspective. So these are very personal questions. There's no right or wrong answer because it's different for everybody. So according to you, whatever practices are useful to you, and how do they help you, and how would you express them? So the expression would be to go to the temple. What would be useful is to be in that environment. So that way. Anyone else has any more questions? Anything you want to
I think
ask or
Priyal, you were
clarify?
clear with what Kosha explained, right? You understood, Priyal?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Thank you for the clarification.
Sure. So if anyone else wants to ask any questions or, wants any clarifications, please feel free to, let us know so we can expand on it further. So this was the first question, a general question about general practices that make sense to you or are useful to you. Now would be more specific, which is, do you have any dietary needs associated with your practice? Do you pray or meditate? Are there any pieces of music, poems, books, or objects that provide you with meaning or comfort? And are there any areas in your religious or spiritual beliefs or practice that you find difficult? So you can take it step by step. And for those of you who are doctors, nurses, or people who are working in healthcare right now, these are also really good questions to ask your patients. So since we're dealing with spirituality and healthcare, for those who are not in healthcare, like me, I'm not, it's great for me to reflect on these for myself and know all this about myself. But for those of you who deal with patients, to just build a rapport and to understand a little more about them and to get patient history, these are really good to provide spiritual care to your patients. So I'll just repeat the questions again. They're in front of you though. Do you have any dietary needs associated with your practice?
Also, Kosha, if you can just translate it in Hindi so people
Sure.
also can be comfortable. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My Hindi, I will try. Do you have any dietary needs associated with your practice? तो ऐसा कुछ है जो आपको खाने में ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, परहेज है या फिर पर्टिकुलर चीजें हैं जो आपको डाइट में इंक्लूड करनी है, जो आपके स्पिरिचुअल या रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस के साथ जुड़ी हुई है? So that's the first one. Any dietary needs associated with your practice. Second is, do you pray or meditate? क्या आप प्रार्थना या meditation करते हैं? Third is, are there any pieces of music, poems, books, or objects that provide you with meaning or comfort? तो ऐसी कुछ संगीत है, कविताएं हैं, किताबें हैं या चीजें हैं जो आपको मीनिंग या कंफर्ट देती है? I don't know what the Hindi word for comfort is. But yeah.
मन को आराम देते हैं, शरीर को आराम देते हैं.
Thank you, Shri. And fourth is, are there any areas in your religious or spiritual beliefs or practice that you find difficult? तो कभी कभी ऐसे भी हम एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं कि कुछ एरियाज, कुछ चीजें जो हमारे स्पिरिचुअल या रिलीजियस बिलीव्स में है, जो हमें परहेज रखनी है या जो कुछ प्रैक्टिस करना है, वो कभी कभी हमें थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लगता है, इतना आसान नहीं लगता है. तो ऐसी कुछ चीजें हैं जो आपको थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लगती है प्रैक्टिस करने में. So these are some specific questions about your values and beliefs. हमारे खुद के spiritual care के लिए, और ये हम हमारे patients को भी पूछ सकते हैं. And the third aspect is questions about sense of self. Do you have a hero or heroine that inspires you? मतलब क्या आपके पास कोई रोल मॉडल है आपके स्पिरिचुअल या रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस में जो आपको प्रेरणा देता है, जो आपको इंस्पायर करता है? Do you have any strong beliefs? ऐसे कोई strong beliefs है, मान्यताएं है जो आपके रिलीजियस या स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिस में है? या आपकी है? And do you have a special place which is safe and comforting to you? क्या आपके पास ऐसी कोई जगह है जो आपको सेफ और कंफर्टेबल फील कराती है? तो ये आपके बारे में है, क्वेश्चंस अबाउट योर सेंस ऑफ सेल्फ, हम खुद के
Also,
बारे में.
yeah, and also if you can just take a screenshot or just a photo of it, because later on you need to pair with your partner and discuss. आप
Yeah.
अगर चाहे तो एक फोटो निकाल सकते हैं इसका, तो आपके लिए अच्छा होगा कि क्या क्या डिस्कस करना है, since it has 3 parts.
या बिकॉज अभी आप ब्रेकआउट रूम में जाके ये आपके पार्टनर्स के साथ डिस्कस करेंगे ताकि आप दूसरों के पर्सपेक्टिव, सो यू कैन नो समबडी एल्सेस पर्सपेक्टिव एज वेल. सो आपको ये नोट डाउन करने हैं क्वेश्चंस, यू कैन नोट इट डाउन और यू कैन टेक अ पिक्चर. So we'll wait 2 more minutes and then we will go into breakout rooms. Okay, so we'll go into breakout rooms now. Again, सबका पेयरिंग होगा एक एक जन के साथ. खाली एक ग्रुप में 3 जन होंगे, so you can just try and manage that. ठीक है, अगर कोई क्वेश्चंस हो गए तो आप आस्क फॉर हेल्प बटन दबा सकते हैं, वरना तो आपको पता ही है कैसे करना है. सो वी विल स्टार्ट द रूम्स नाउ. किसी को कोई क्वेश्चंस है, कुछ प्रश्न है, किसी के डाउट्स है? ओके, तो वील स्टार्ट द रूम्स and we'll come back in 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you had an interesting breakout room session. So just a reminder that everyone is automatically muted once you come back from breakout room. So you can feel free to unmute yourselves. And this time we will not ask you room wise. So whoever wants to share anything about this exercise and your experience, please feel free. Yes, Vijaypal Bhaiji.
Om
Go on.
Shanti, Om Shanti, dear brothers and sisters, please accept my greetings of love, peace and happiness. It is a wonderful session going on, and in our group, I had Sister Vishali ji and Sister Shweta ji. They were my partners in the group. So we discussed all the points and difference between religion and meditation. So religion, in the prayers and meditation, and religion and spirituality. So religion, okay, good. Those who are following the religions, wonderful. And those who are following the spirituality, more wonderful. Because spirituality includes everything and makes you a better human being, which is the also a aim of good religions also to do that. So spirituality automatically helps you to be a very good human being and serve the community in a good manner. Do the service in a right manner. The second part was the difference between whether your good habits, eating habits affect you or not. Yes, jaisa an vaisa man. So it is a big effect of your food. In fact, food is one what you take eating, but food is also what you see. Food is also what you hear. Everything is food for the soul. So the food which we eat, because it goes into the blood and becomes a Shakti, is very, very important because our thoughts are controlled by that food. So we must be 100% sure that we are taking a pure food so that our thoughts are pure. As the thoughts, so are the speech, so is the action, so is the personality, so is the future divinity, your divine nature. So
thank you, Vijaypal Bhai. Thank you. Because I'm sorry to interrupt, because we all have to take the others sharing. So far, it is beautiful. So we would like to just hear from others also. Yeah. Anyone else after Bhaiji to share with their thoughts? Yeah, Suchitra.
Spiritual religious practice, we shared that Raj Yoga meditation and listening daily God's versions, that makes useful to us. And how would we help you to express? We just practicing by this, we do service in day-to-day life, and regularly go to centers, meditate there, and try to serve there. And dietary practice, we shared that sattvic diet should be taken by us in sattvic mood. That's important. We make sattvic diet. We get sattvic Brahma Bhojan at center. But how we are taking it, that's important. That my partner Pratibha Didi shared that it should be taken in sattvic mood. That will affect you very well. And we shared that pieces of music, poems, that is sitting in nature, listening calm music, chirping of birds, and seeing sunset, sunrise, that makes comfortable. And I shared listening music of God, that is in Brahma Kumaris. That makes me feel comfortable, and dance also. That make me dance also. I enjoyed that. That's comfort.
Thank you, Suchitra Ben, because not necessary that we will share all the points, whatever the points everyone so that can share. Thank you, beautiful sharing. Thank you for beautiful sharing. Who would like to go next after Suchitra Ben?
Anyone else wants to share? It can be just 1 or 2 points also, whatever you feel came out from the discussion, or even just something that you want to share.
Yeah, Sister Pratibha.
Yes, I would like to talk about the strong belief. That is the whatever happens, that is just for good. That is the one thing. And self-transformation leads to world transformation. And one more thing, that whenever we take one step of courage, definitely God helps us to the 1,000 steps. These are our strong beliefs. Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Can I add one thing on sisters today's one last point?
Sure.
Himte bacche, madate baap, which we call our strong slogan. तो दीदी ने अभी कहा ना कि एक कदम आप हिम्मत का डालिए तो आपको पदम गुना मदद मिलेगी. यहाँ पर एक हमको बात याद रखनी है. We should remember one thing on this, which was in today's Murli, that every time
Vijay Pal Bhai, we as the rule of Vihasa, that it is not about the Brahma Kumaris, and many people may not be knowing about Murli and what is that. So
okay, all right, you don't call it Murli, but what I am saying, sister, we know that I am connected to this for a long time with you. I know Murli, but there is nothing wrong in telling something that it was told by God today. There is nothing wrong in that. So let me complete, sister, if you don't mind. If you don't want, I will quite be okay.
No,
sister?
you carry on.
Okay, so all the time we should remember that there are times which we call as special times when things are not okay according to your thinking. But that time, those special beings, special souls who continue to remain special are given Padam Guna help from God. This is very important to understand. Sometimes, we feel we have doing some courage, but return of God help is not being experienced by us. So to continue to do that, go on taking himmat, go on taking courage, never stop, and you will see the courage will, you have taken courage for longer time, continuously will help you many multi-million fold help from God. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Priya Ben, Basanti Ben, would you like to share something? Like, we have maybe just 1 or 2 more minutes. So before we take our group photo and wrap up, is there anything anyone else wants to share? Yes, Priya, ma'am.
One thing, like the spiritual practice which is useful for me is to sit by myself, to sort it out, reflect on things, and just be with myself. That is one thing that is a spiritual practice which helps me a lot. So how do I express it is, I try to take time out even when I am in my professional space of work. So I just go by myself, sit by myself and sort things out, not sitting with everybody and chatting. And even at home when I am there, I make sure that at the end of the day, before sleeping, I am there with myself only, sorting it out and then sleeping off. And that's the best time of the day for me, when I am just by myself and not meditating, not doing anything, just being with myself. Just that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel I'm also the kind of person who needs me time. So yeah, it is definitely helpful. So thank you for sharing that, like such small, easy tips, like things that we can do, right, every day, but it really helps us go a long way in our spiritual care, like for ourselves. So thank you so much for today's session, everyone. Reshmi Ben will just do a very quick recap of what all we've done today, since we've done quite a few things today. So we'll just quickly recap them and then we'll have a group photo. So over to you, Reshmi.
Yeah, so today it was spirituality in practice part 2. And first we started, if you would remember correctly, what is spirit and spirituality. And then we moved to spiritual care, where we had shared our thoughts with everyone. And at the end, we are going to share the slides with you, what all we have shared and what came out. And then it was followed by a meditation. And as we told that as we address that you all can create an inner sanctuary where we can sit and really go to there and take a real break in between our day-to-day activities. And then it was assessing spiritual needs. Again, we have discussed what we have just discussed now. And thank you all for the beautiful sharing. And everyone has participated, which went very well in the whole session. Everyone has shared their perspective. Everyone has shared their experience, which was for myself a great learning. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for beautiful sharing.
Thank
And,
you.
thank you, sister, very much,
Thank
because your inner sanctuary meditation was fantastic, which carried on to have a pleasure of meeting all participants sharing. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
So
Thank you.
before everyone goes, एक बार everyone can start their video, तो हम group photo ले ले, so that, you know, as a remembrance, and we will share that also on the WhatsApp group. So Shweta, Sneha, Chandrasekhar, Archana, just for a moment, if you can just start your video, we'll take a quick photo. So Archana, Chandrasekhar, can you start your videos if that's okay? Okay, thank you so much. तो quickly एक photo ले लेती हूँ, okay? 1, 2, smile. Thank you. Okay, so I've taken a screenshot. Sorry, Basanti Ben, आप कुछ बोल रहे थे, please continue.
Thank you, VIHASA program. Thank you, sister. First time attend किया. I feel very, very, very happy.
We are happy to have you. आपको मिलके, आपकी बातें सुन के, शेयरिंग सुन के हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा. हमको बहुत सीख मिली.
So हमारा next program होगा January में. अभी तक date confirm नहीं हुई है, पर हम WhatsApp group में आपको बताएंगे. So we will let you know the next date of the workshop. Please feel free to join. Next workshop will be on building resilience. So that's going to be the topic for next month. So thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. And we'll share the YouTube video link and all the sharing soon. Om Shanti. Have a wonderful weekend.
Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om